Hold on. Okay, there we are. Now I'm set up. Hi everyone and welcome to Builder's Block. I'm your host tonight, Emily. Some of you who are fans of Builder's Block may not recognize my face because it's been a very long time since I've been on. I keep having things that come up that conflict, and so I've had Mimi fill in with me. I've canceled several episodes, so it's finally time for me to be back on here, hanging out with y'all. And we have so many new people that don't even know what I do for building stuff. So it's gonna be very fun to show you what I do, what I work on. I got a little to work on my makeup still. So we'll start there, and then I will get into what I do building. How are y'all tonight? I'm so excited to be here, hanging out with you. This is one of the most fun shows that we have for just getting to sit and chat with you while I am busy with my hands building stuff. And I love the idea of teasing what it is that I actually do. Hopefully that the build-up is worth it, and that it's fun to see what I do. I will show you some of the photos. I do custom painting of fun things that we'll show, and I'll get into showing you some of the photos that I then take. That's some of the most fun part. So good stuff. So glad to hear you're doing well today, Heather. Got to see you for a little while during our secret stream earlier. Which during Valkyrie's, well, during the secret stream, it wasn't technically Valkyrie's. We were avoiding that branding, I guess. But my mic was super hot, so let me know if I'm yelling at you or not, and I'll move things away. So glad to hear that you're doing so well, Kari. That's rad. I'm doing great just by the virtue of the fact that y'all are here. And Nashra's here. Kari Midvani, hey. Need to speak with you directly again about social media stuff, Midvani. And then the person who is just practically single-handedly supporting the Transverse financially at the moment, Brianna, hey. So much wonderful support today and yesterday. I cannot tell you how much we appreciate it. I can't express to you how much we appreciate it. What's the phrase? I don't know. Obviously, I can't do it because I can't even get the phrase across right. So, you know, hey. But, yeah, you're awesome. We love having you here. And then the support on top of that, the financial support is just, it's so crucial for the work that we're trying to do for the community. And we love you. We appreciate it. I find that too, Kari. I find that I've had a few shows where beforehand I just didn't have my stuff together. I felt just behind in the world, and just stressed out of my mind, and just in a weird place. And then the camera comes on and I get to talk to y'all, and I'm just like, it's all good. It's all wonderful. What should we do for eyes tonight? I don't think I'm gonna do eyeliner. I could pull out this kind of purpley line. I've got plenty of eyeliner that matches that. Ooh. This palette is sadly very untouched. Look at that. It's just all color. How awesome is that? Let's go with this one though. Oh, can't see it. I think this was acetone that got on here from painting my nails and just completely melted the plastic. So here. Pretty. Gotta clean off the brush because I used it for blue last night. Oh, I cannot tell you how bummed and disappointed I was last night that I was not able to do a live and in-person show. I guess there was some miscommunication. I heard from my producer guy today, and their schedule went a little wonky, but then they were also kind of confused as to when it was. Which, considering that we met on Friday, probably shouldn't have been the case, but you know, whatever. Whatever. I don't fault people for having lives and for confusing things. I thought that he had simply flaked on me and I wasn't going to hear from him again, but it was good to hear from him today and just be like, oh, okay. Miscommunication. We'll do better next time. But y'all missed out on an awesome live in-person episode. Daniel lives here, though, very close to me, so I can do one of those anytime. And I think you were all there, and you saw that we could have talked for another 4 hours probably. So it's not anywhere out of the realm of possibility that he will be back on in some fashion. And I do love the idea of him being on for a politics show. I'm going to keep bugging him about that because his perspective is so cool, and it's just fun to listen to him. Is that pretty good? A little bit of the I like doing the mid-tone first on the eye, and then a nice little highlight there just to make them look kind of sparklier. Oh, and then I should do the eye crease too. I like it when the eye crease down here has a real bright highlight, but I shouldn't use my dark brush. I should use my light brush. Oh, shouldn't look at the camera for this. It does not work. Everybody gets some points. We still Mira and I are just both so busy that it's hard for us to get together and plan out what the points are going to mean. I'm going to do some fun stream elements things. And the great thing is, as Rosa was telling us, we can do different cards for the different shows. So you can get card packs and then you spend those cards to make us do funny things. Like, especially during Valkyries, we'll have lots of good stuff. And hopefully during this show. Well, Amanda, that means it's time for you to get posting. I'm sure there are plenty of us in the transverse that follow you. And I've been meaning to talk to you about that. We're all really disappointed that you only have one post. I never know what to post. I never do. I have lots of plans and thoughts of like kind of what I could do, but then when it comes down to it, it's just like, I don't know. I was trying to record a fun little video about because somebody who claimed to be part of the trans community was, well, I'm sure was probably part of the trans community, was crapping on cross-dressers. And I wanted to do a video to be like, back off. Cross-dressers are my sisters. We may not always see eye to eye. But they're not necessarily as far off as some people like to make them think, make them appear. Whatever. I've had a hell of a time recently getting my left and right eyes to match my little wings. As per usual with Builder's Block, start off letting me know if there's anything with music. Is it too quiet, too loud, too generic, and you've heard it too many times? That makes sense, Midvani. That's kind of the way it is. Yeah, it gets really hard, you know, especially since we all have so many role models out there that are trans and that are just so fabulous, right? That they like every time you see them, they just look gorgeous, and you're like, and they pass, and they're funny or whatever. Like their post is funny, and you're just like, I can't do that. But the thing is we can't do that. We can't look at others and say that we have to be like that. So just go start posting. Find your voice. Find the thing that you like to post about and like to just chat about on there. And you know what? If you never find it, if it never really works for you and you just end up not giving a shit and not wanting to do it, that's totally fine too. We don't all need to be public personalities. Personally, I kind of feel that for myself, I have no business being oh, the music's too quiet, or I'm too quiet. I'm clearly not too quiet, but could use new music, probably. But I kind of tend to feel like I have no business being in the public eye. Like, I'm just not that type. I love talking to people. I find myself, I feel myself to be very friendly and personable, and can get into a conversation with anybody. But as far as like, I don't know, like I said, being a public persona, it's just, I just don't have that. I don't have the whatever it is you've got to be to do that crap. Like, I could never be an Ari or a Mika or who else do I follow that I love seeing their stuff? I don't know. Letting the hair down just works so well. It's just so much better. The alerts are slightly cut off. Cool, cool, cool. I love that I can fix that really easy. Where is alerts? Sweet. There we go. Thank you for that. Let's switch over to some different screens and see where they're at. This you'll lose me for a second, but I'll be right back. And I'm back, and let's go to the builder screen. That camera got kicked pretty bad. It's too close to the desk, so when I moved it, it went all wonky. Sorry, gonna make you sick, make you dizzy. There we go. Wow, that just looks terrible, doesn't it? I don't have a good work surface currently. We're gonna make it work, but I'll use my hand. Oh, you can see a spoiler of what I'm working on tonight too. Okay, so those are better. Turn the music up a little bit more. Here, good. Rose Montoya, I know that name. We are 19 followers away from 1,500 on this channel. Oh my god, that's amazing. I wasn't even realizing that. Damn, cool. Still haven't come out to the film and TV industry friends. Wow. Yeah. And there are plenty of people that just eventually say F it and put a Facebook post or something, or just kind of go for it. I think it was a long time before I actually put anything on Facebook that addressed it specifically, even though it was sort of obvious. Your fiance playing Barbies with you and your niece. I love that. That's so cute. Let's do this. Let's switch over to, I have it set to like the best of the stream beats, sort of the stuff I like the most, but we'll go to all, and that's 1.1 days worth of music. So hopefully that you'll get just some variety in there. I know it takes a lot. It really does take a lot, and it's terrifying. I get that. I don't want you to let's see at my nose. Look, it's different angles of Emily. That's too distracting. But no, this is a serious topic. Stop laughing. I say it over and over again. You have to come out on your time when you're ready and the way that you need to. So never feel the pressure. Do it when it's right for you. Just don't let yourself agonize over it. Honor the feeling of of not being ready to do it, but then don't agonize over it. Like if it's causing you stress that you haven't really dealt with it yet, I think you'll find that if you deal with it, if you come out and you tell people, at least it's out. At least it's out of you and it's out there, and then it's up to people to deal with and to react to, and it takes some of that pressure off. The power isn't in your hands anymore, which actually can be comforting. It's up to individuals and their response. But then again, when you're talking about, an industry career type stuff, it can be very scary. So I empathize with you. I've obviously been there. Honor yourself, honor what you're feeling, but don't overthink it. Don't overstress about it. That's sort of my advice there. It's funny. I was never, this is going to be a just chatting stream, isn't it? I was never one to play with Barbies or to be jealous that I couldn't. I think I probably gravitated towards a lot of my, a lot of the more kind of female characters sometimes in the toys, like Lady J, and G.I. Joe and stuff like that. But, I don't know. I think it was just at that time, being trans, being a girl was so far out of the realm of possibility. I just was too aware that I was a boy and that was what I had to do and had to be, that I didn't even pursue that kind of stuff. And now I'm just like at Target or whatever, and it's like, do I want to buy like one of the Ariel Barbie dolls or whatever? And it's like, what would I do with that? But it's just like, I've allowed myself a couple stuffed animals. I have a giant pink unicorn that I love very much. Kim Richards and Witch Mountain. yeah, the forbidden fruit makes it all that much more appealing. All right. Let's shift topics slightly to what the show is about. Now that I've got my face together and I've got through some of my silliness. Plus, trust me, there's plenty more to come. The thing that I like to do for this segment is I work on droids you get from Disneyland. Do I have Ellie's controller? What the hell is Ellie's controller? Darn. Let me see if I can find that real quick, and then I will do my big reveal, which I'm building up to way too much of a of a thing. Hold on. Looks like I may have killed the battery, so let's see. Find this first. Best screwdriver ever. It's from Cobalt, that you get at Lowe's, and it's a double drive screwdriver. So if I turn it to the left, it unscrews, and if I turn it back to the right, holding this ring, it will unscrew as well. Either way you turn it, back or forward, it unscrews. Pretty magical. Wah wah, they're AAAs. I knew my AAAs were somewhere. All right, well, I'm not going to be able to do a demo right now. Unless... Please hold, please hold. I'm not good at the climactic builds here, apparently. This is sort of becoming anticlimactic, especially since there's no batteries in there. Damn it. Well, crapples. I wanted to show you what these things that I work on actually do. But as I say, we're out of battery. We're dead here. So we're just going to talk about it. They are fully remote control, lights and sound, really cute, really authentic. Star Wars droids. So this is mine. This is Ellie. She was the first one I did. So what I do is I get them, you know, they come painted like R2-D2, or you can get them in with different colors and things like that. But I tape them off and spray paint them, and then I will go back over them and put like dirt and scratches and fun stuff like that in there. The TV is too important to take batteries from for this. But yeah, let's see, can we get this camera to focus a little better? Apparently no. Apparently that's a big old fat no. But yeah, I wonder if I hold it up here, if you can see it better. You can see a little bit of the detail better where you know, she's dirty, she's grimy, she's got scratches through to the metal under the paint. So I come up with the custom paint job, mask them all out, and paint them, then weather them. And I did about 10 of them this last year, custom ones for folks. The final one I did, our very own Miss Sonia won this one. The transgender show droid. Pickles! Hey, hon, how are you doing? So we may get to this one today, doing some of the weathering and distressing, because she's supposed to get the full treatment. This is sort of like, this isn't the before, this is the before the weathering's done. You know, before she's made to look old and beat to hell. But obviously after having painted over it from the standard colors. I actually have an order for another one of these for a certain gender meowster. So let me get caught up here. Heather's got a pack of AAA batteries right there at the ready for me. And you're what? You're only about 2,000 miles away, right? Let's see what else is going on. Oh, I missed a couple things. I apologize. So, so yeah. Kari said playing with the Barbies and the girls in first grade. Oh, that was so good. See, I didn't play with dolls as a kid. But we did play, like, you know, house or things like that. And I would always be jealous that I couldn't be one of the daughters or the mom. So a lot of times I ended up being the dog, just because then I didn't have to be a guy, I think, you know, looking back, 2020 vision, or yeah. I am terrible with my colloquialisms today. But Midvani, I'm sorry to hear that you put your career on hold and just kind of disappeared because of the fears of transitioning. That really sucks. Gabriella says it loves playing with Barbies. Same. Okay. Oh, that was long before. Okay, that's why I'd missed that early on. The Pickles came in and said, hey, hey. Everybody all looking saying hi. Dill Pickles, yeah. Yeah, damn Pickles coming in and making us always hungry for those. Just spark that craving. Look in Discord. Where in Discord, Brianna? Okay, I think I'm caught up with everybody. Very sweet. Builder's block, of course. Oh, are there there's comments and fun stuff? Okay, let's go see. Let's go see. Whoa. Where is it? It always takes me a minute to scroll up and down and find it. Builder's block, there we go. Wait, is that one of the remote control ones from Disneyland, or is that a different one? I've seen where people do that. Well, they will 3D print their own they'll 3D print their own pieces for it. That one looks a bit smaller. But yeah, let me know if I'm wrong. If you've custom done it, that's crazy. That's awesome. Is that your own particular design or someone's unique design, or is that actually one of the droid variants that I'm not familiar with? It holds an Amazon Echo. That's why there's the little scalloped things in the middle right here on the chest, huh? That's fun. We do. There's a lot of pants flying here. Oy. Anyways, so all of those things about what I do being said, I am desperately overdue on finishing this droid. So I had given the droid and delivered it to the client. If you give me a second, I will find some images of that droid. Let's see, Goldie. I think I shot it before I sent it off. God, I hope I did. But I delivered it to the client. They loved it, and then a couple months later, they came back and it had scratched. They'd used the crap out of it, and it scratched a bunch, and so they wanted me to repaint it. And for some bizarre reason, I agreed to. I want the clients to be happy and have a great product. But it's just like, I don't know, they're custom hand-painted droids in most cases, and it's like, if you use the heck out of them, they're gonna look used. I'm kind of sorry, but it's a great client, and so I was just like, yeah, I will. I'll go ahead and do it. And then, of course, my heart's not in it because it's not a new droid, and I'm kind of like rejecting the premise a little bit. So I've been dragging my ass on it, and I've had this thing for probably 3 months now. So definitely need to get it done and get it back to them as soon as possible. Is it R4S6? Okay, I have this. Did I may not have taken any pictures of it. Oh, I didn't take pictures of this droid because I didn't do the droid. He sent me the pieces individually. And so I did like the legs together. I did the dome at one point, and then I think at some point they sent me the body, and I did the body part. But like it was all in pieces. So I didn't get to have the entire droid together at one time. What I had done for the dome, to get those black horizontal stripes on, is I'd put it on my record player. I'd gotten out my acrylic paints and held the paintbrush up to the droid on the spinning record player and did my stripes. They came out pretty good, but acrylic on spray paint, even though I spray painted a clear coat on top of it, didn't seem to hold up super great. Got a little scratch, and they were a little disappointed in that. So I was gonna say I'm ready to mask out the black stripe now. I'm gonna have to do it with I'm gonna actually going to go through the step of doing masking tape and doing that. But now as I look at it, the darn thing is I've had to sand some bits off so you can see like white showing through. This is iPhone camera should be a lot better than this, but you can see yeah, you can see that over here I've sanded through it. So I really should paint gold on this first, and I have to go out to the garage for that. Wish I had set this camera up to stream remotely. I'll have to see if I can connect it to the Mac laptop next time. Feed the Mac laptop over to the PC through OBS Ninja so that I can then stream it and be able to move that wirelessly through the house. Because I don't know what I'm going to do now. Damn it. That was going to be the big thing because striping is going to take a long time. We can just chat while I'm doing that. But if I really should be spray painting the gold on this dome again, and it looks like I scratched a part of the top already. I don't know. Am I going to end up getting this droid back a third time from this person? Whoever knows. Let's grab the sandpaper and do a little bit more here. If we've got to spray paint it anyway, so might as well make sure the scratches are knocked down so we can spray it and get a nice, good, solid, smooth finish on it. And then we'll work on the striping. So you won't be able to see it, but I marked on here in pencil. I put it back on the record player and marked in pencil where the tape should go to make sure, because I was trying to just tape along what you can sort of see through there of the original black stripe under the gold coat I put on it. But it was too hard to follow where it was, and I ended up with some wonky stripes. So I have to do that again regardless. I'm not happy with some of these spots. Maybe we'll just sand a little bit more and have fun. We'll just have the sanding stream tonight. I do have the legs. I gotta check and make sure that they're ready, but it's just a bummer. I paid a lot of attention to detail on the droid. I was really proud of that, and it's like those are the parts that I don't think were really appreciated. And then I get it back because the droid's been used and got kind of scratched. So shortly after this droid was done, not because of getting the droid back from the client, but shortly after it was done, I took the custom droid part of my Etsy shop down, and the droid outpost on Etsy shop is currently dormant. And the idea is that I'm going to paint these for myself, just do my own designs and paint them, and then sell them as is. And I think that'll work a little bit better. Oh, you can't see this one's down here, huh? Here, we'll do lap cam. Let's see where my keyboard went. Transverse, definitely transgender show. Secret, the laptop, the keyboard usually stays in my lap. Actually, that's the same for Valkyries. I play with my keyboard and my laptop. I play with my keyboard in my lap. Sorry for hitting the camera. Yeah, it is on them, and they did kind of expect it, and I kind of let it go. I think what I'm going to do is when I send them this back, done, I'm going to say this is the last, like, if you want me to do more, it's going to cost you. I mean, it costs like $40 to ship this damn thing, so. Oh, that's so cool. I love that your feet move. I will get batteries at some point. I'll get off my butt and get some batteries because the lights and sounds are really cute for them. Well, they are $350. If you want one of the transgender droids, I will definitely do one of these because this is a fairly simple paint job for me to do. And of course it's trans, so I love it. So it's close to my heart. So I will do more of these, but I definitely intend to do those and just sell them in the store. I may just do trans and LGBT droids. But that's a fun niche, and there's plenty of people that I think would want that kind of stuff. So I might just do that. We'll see. I kind of also like to do something different every time. Nothing but net. A life-size one would be awesome for Halloween. Oh, they you can buy a life-size, fully remote, fully like legit, like real R2-D2 at Disneyland for 35 grand. A little out of my price range. These are a couple factors. These are a few zeros short of that. I usually sell these for 350. They're 125 to buy, and then with my customization and the painting and everything, I charge 350. Yeah. No, I don't know who's got 30K to spend on a toy. Whew. The music gave you the heebie-jeebies. Is that from oh. Oh, the music gave you the heebie-jeebies, so you didn't even watch Doctor Who. Interesting. $500 because of the customs charges. Oh, that's terrible. Oh. 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 Well, maybe you can make a trip out of it and just throw it in a carry-on. I don't know. That sucks. That would be terrible. I feel bad about it to charge somebody $350 and then they had to spend like another $50 to freaking ship the thing. But it's, that part's not my fault. And there's no way I can offer free shipping on that. It's no way. I love the hugs. Okay, so what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What should we do? What should we do? The remote control has been painted with like 6 more coats of black on it to make sure that hopefully it doesn't scratch. It still looks pretty glossy though, so it looks like I didn't clear coat it yet. It'd be so awesome. I wish I could temperature control the garage, or the maybe the sunroom would be a good idea for that, and set up the desk there, and then have a spray paint station over with the whole ventilation and everything, so I could just do this all in one big thing. I was so happy to see that we have that hug thing in the chat. When that started happening, I'm like, this is the kind of thing that the Transverse needs. That's so beautiful. So thanks for giving out hugs. It's very sweet. So something happened here and effed up the I finished these 2 side leg pieces. There you go. But somehow this one, you see a little bit of scarring on there? Something happened here in the box. Oh, is it just a little sticky gerp? Oh, is it just gerpy gerp? Maybe that'll buff out. Maybe that'll buff right out. Metallic paints are weird though. You start to rub them and they get really dull and funky. Wish I had like a rag. Let's see if this napkin will rub it light enough to. Yeah, see, these really need the clear coat over them. But I think whatever it is that got on this and caused that little scar messed it up. So we will have to hit this one again. So I'll sand it off and try it again. It's just this one spot. Didn't really affect anything else. And luckily, this is almost exclusively one color. There's a little bit on the top that I painted black because it's true to the actual droid in the show. Again, those little level of details that I like to really focus on. I was gonna try and be like super fun and entertaining tonight to make sure y'all could get clips. And I don't know, maybe I'm just not that fun. Who knows? Not that creative for making fun sound bites for tonight. We'll see. Hopefully I'll say something silly, right? What happened here and why is this so messed up? This is like, this is essentially a cloth with a little bit of tooth to it. So this is 3000 grit sanding surface. Oh, you know what I used to play for my music when I was doing these streams? I got, there's some fan-created Star Trek music from the Star Trek series, what is it? What was the Star Trek series called? We did several episodes on here. Is it still in here? Damn, no, I guess I did it in... Emily would go? Damn. But some fans created a whole series. They went back and finished the last year of the Star Trek mission because, you know, the show was canceled before they got to the final year of the 5-year mission. And in that, it was a non-profit project. So, anything that was involved in it, including the music, is essentially public domain. So I would play the music from that because it's spacey and nerdy. It's a Trek, not Wars, but you know, it's still close enough. And of course, you can't play any of the Star Wars music without getting a huge copyright strike. But that was close enough. Maybe we'll go over and jump and play some of that. Kari, at least the droid has beautiful leg. I don't know where his other leg is at. Let's go see if it's over here in this big pile of boxes left to my right. Oh, turn, come on, turn. And not kick the camera, sorry. Nope, it's not here. Must be out in the garage. Sewing or knitting builder's block would be fun. I did do a drawing on stream one time, not on builder's block. I think it was a random. I think it was one of the just special like 8-hour streams or whatever. Don't think it was for Thanksgiving. If anybody knows off the top of their head when I did that, but yeah, I drew a duck on stream and that was super fun. Yeah, the only thing I have to do on this droid is, and this is the droid I feel like I really need to work on because I'm so far behind schedule, but I guess we could mask this. I don't think we've painted this one yet. And what was the problem here? I guess there's some... I don't know. Maybe did I paint the black on this a little bit? No, I guess there's a little bit of scratching around here. Some of this stuff is really ticky-tack. Yeah, we'll tape over this then. I'd had my mom crochet me a trans flag Afghan. I wasn't sure what we were going to do with it. Depending on how the thing went with the giveaway for the transgender droid, I was considering making that the next giveaway. But my girlfriend hadn't ever seen it, and I mentioned it to her the other day, and she's just like, why would we get rid of that? Like, we should keep that. I'm like, oh, okay, we'll see. So I don't know. It might stay here. But it's pretty fun. I can barely hear this song, but it sounds kind of nice. For anybody that doesn't know, this is Harris Heller's Stream Beats, which is a lot of purposely created copyright-free music for streaming. And it's pretty darn good. They did a pretty darn good job. What's the difference between knitting and crocheting? Is it just the size of the needle and the size of pattern you're working with, the stitch itself? Or is it an older term for the same damn thing? My favorite type of music to listen to that's peaceful is tiki music. I love the tiki culture music. It's so cool. Knitting and crochet are two very different things. Okay. I thought so. I mean, why would there be different terms if they were the same thing? But you never know. Oh, I'm tired. Why am I so tired? Maybe because I didn't sleep very well. I woke up at 4:15 this morning, and I was up till about 6. And I finally fell asleep until about 7:45. And then I woke up... Was it 7:45? Maybe it was more like 7:30. And then I woke up at like 8:15 or something. So, not a lot of sleep for me last night. Not a ton. It's kind of a pain in the butt to tape around curves. So we'll maybe use this tape. It's not very thick, but it's a thin stripe. But it is very flexible. And so you can kind of bend it to your will. Again, I'm not liking this either. I think what I've been doing is just using the tape and taping all over it, and then cutting back the curved area. But then you're left putting tape into this funky little angle, this funky angle over this. So there's sort of no easy way to do it. Although I just used this flexible tape and it damn near nailed it, but it came up on the gold a little bit, so I gotta cut it back again. And apparently we're painting the gold. Wasn't sure if I needed to paint the black too, but most of the black seems fine. I think it's just the gold up here that's the issue. I keep hearing things that sound like alerts. As the Crow Dies. That's a fun username. Very creative. More creative than Emily would go. That's pretty stolen. Oh, which one? Droid Outpost? I'm really happy with my Droid Outpost site. DroidOutpost.com, y'all. Unfortunately, I think you can still go through and buy stuff on there, so don't do that. Because I can't honor it currently. Where are my scissors, y'all? So go check out my website at droidoutpost.com, but don't buy anything. Worst salesperson ever. Look, but don't touch. This is going very poorly. I just hope you all know this is going very poorly. Maybe this will be the way to do it. Small pieces of this tape that just barely kind of come over this edge in this corner, and then it'll be easy to kind of trim along that. This tape is very papery, whereas the white is very kind of rubbery and plastic. So that's why you can stretch it and bend it well, but then it makes it a little harder to cut. Of course, I don't think that this X-Acto blade is anywhere near new. It's probably a little bit past its prime. Crocheting uses one hook needle and builds loops that you join together. Knitting uses two needles and actually creates stitches. Huh. Now we know. That's cool. Thank you, thank you. I really hope that the random and just this completely random gesture I just made wasn't something derogatory in ASL. It is not. This is a CyberPower PC computer that is a sort of a gamer special off the shelf from Best Buy that I bought for Black Friday for like $880 a few years ago. And so this is the mouse that came with it. It's pretty good. It's a pretty decent mouse. But yeah, it's the one that came with that CyberPower PC. And the thing's done a really good job. It's served all its purposes. I was using it. I bought it for VR gaming. And then when I was thinking about streaming, I'm like, well, if it can handle VR, it should be able to handle streaming. And so far, it really has. It's really done a good job. Oh, that makes sense. It's sort of like creating soft fabric chainmail, huh? I cannot be as tired. Holy crap, we're an hour in. I have wasted so much time on this. Wow, 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 wow. I just wish I could figure out, or I wish there was a way to set the color of the mouse. It's just kind of on that rainbow loop is all that it does. The keyboard, what happened to the keyboard? The keyboard just died, and I got a Corsair keyboard so that I could do, because it's got streamer buttons, so it's got more keys for doing basically like a Stream Deck does. So you can hotkey more functionality and all that kind of stuff. The problem is for playing Valkyrie, for doing Valkyries, for playing Fortnite, some of the keys aren't very responsive, especially if I did like WASD, obviously WASD for moving around. If I went from W to D to go forward and then go right, like the character would still run forward. It wouldn't let go of the W. So Wagon Restaurant, that's an interesting name. We're gonna have to dive into the meaning behind that. Thank you for joining us. Sounds gay. I'm in. I love it. Let's do it. We love the gay around here. The gayer, the better. Actually, I'd be curious to know of the folks in chat who are trans, which I think is probably the lion's share, at least half. Who here identifies as straight? I don't know that I can claim pansexual. Because there are just some configurations that I'm not super into. But after transitioning and kind of opening my mind up to a different world, like, I don't think there's much I wouldn't be open to, at least. Yeah, you're still just figuring it out, Kari, so that's fair. Ace. I've been feeling kind of ace. I think I'm pretty new on my HRT. Like, where am I at? I'm like a year and some change. But I still feel like my body, there's some aspects where my body's still trying to figure things out, and I've heard it takes a while before your libido really kind of settles in and figures out what the hell it's doing. So I'm trying to be patient. I'm trying to practice what I preach, and I always tell you all to just be patient, because transition's a long, drawn-out process, and you can't control or predict how it's going to be, unless you can't hold out too much hope for anything in particular. You just gotta be optimistic and see what comes. But again, so much easier said than done. Jess, hey, how are you doing? I am currently on progesterone. And from that, I've gotten the only actual real breast growth. Like, I was getting sensitivity and maybe a little something, but now with progesterone, it looks like, okay, now stuff's like really starting to happen. I've been very happy to see Madison Madison struggled pretty hard with her progesterone. A lot of mood problems and weight issues. But then again, she got massive boobs out of it, so when you're just rife with jealousy and you just want what you want, then it's hard to be sympathetic sometimes to stuff like that. Yeah, it's sort of like the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. We're not so much the island of misfit toys, just kind of lost in exploring. Not really lost. Not all who wander are lost. But we may not have our direction. And that is okay too. I kind of want to preach that more than anything, that transition and figuring yourself out as a journey. Treat it as a journey. Don't worry about the destination and what anything's going to be or who you're going to be. Just dive into it. Let it be what it is. See what happens. Why does Shy need hugs? Shy's not here tonight, right? Do you want to whisper or DM me what's going on with Shy, that they're having a rough time? What are you up to tonight, Jess? What are you doing? Just dropping into Spy and check out the competition. Oh. That sucks. It's always the worst when your kiddo's sick, right? Because there's just... You just want to take care of them and there's nothing you can do. It's really not fair. You can't help but feel like an unfit parent. Like, there should be something I can do. There's gotta be something I should be doing. A lot of times there just is not. You just gotta sit back and suck it up and hope. But yes, everyone in chat that hasn't done it, obviously we have gotten lots of people doing it already, but hearts and hugs in chat for Shy. Maybe there'll be a disturbance in the force that they'll feel and they'll come over and get some of that love directly. Regardless, maybe it'll go through the cosmos and get to them. Them and the poor sick kiddo. I haven't been doing much. I mean, you know, sorry, the camera again. I've been going out to grocery shopping. I've had a couple restaurant meetings with folks, but for the most part, just been staying close. So we've been completely healthy here. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Jess is our resident Lego expert and can absolutely help you with any questions you have about Lego. I should be able to help you with droids, but I'm not even sure if I can get to them, get them now. If I sold one, I could go down to downtown Disney, outside of Disneyland, and see what they have. I think you can buy the R2-D2 droids, like this style with the domed head, painted like R2-D2 from the Star Wars movie. And then I think you can also buy additional heads. So I could buy an R6 head or an R5 head, the different kind of coney type things, and put that together. I think. Stop the yawning. Stop being so tired. Okay. So it looks like we've got a few things taped out and ready for gold paint. That's cool. But I'd hate to excuse myself and step away and not, I don't want to leave y'all. So we'll leave painting for later, and I'll do follow-up pictures on Instagram so you can see what it was. But I mean, it's like, I'm going to take this and paint it gold. So that doesn't help you. Because it looks gold now. We're going to repaint the little face of this guy here. Right here. This other piece is good though. And then paint the ankles of this gold. Dude, what do we... Uh-oh. So, completely taped over the ankle on this one. I wonder... I am going to untape it here and just see what it looks like. Because if there are corners on it that are... No, maybe I taped over it because it's still perfect looking. Yeah, it looks fine. I think this is the music I used for the Valkyries promo, right? Maybe. Can you still get the LGBT set And if so, how much does that one cost? I can't spend money on Legos, but I kind of feel guilty for being part of the community and being one of the few people that doesn't have that, because I see everybody else has it in the background of their setups. Creatable world dolls. I'm not sure what those are. All right, so let's get into some of the good stuff. Let's show you what I do to weather these droids and make them look old. I've had this one around here for so long while we were waiting to get to the giveaway, and it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I don't want to mess it up, but Sonia wants it done, so we're going to do it. Thank you so much for stopping by, Pickles. It's always great to have you here, and I'm glad you had a good time. We'll talk to you soon, you know, probably Friday for Valkyries. Maybe on one of our secret streams that we've been doing during the day of us playing some Fortnite and just getting silly as hell. Oh my god, we had so much fun today. You know, we've been talking about the Droid Outpost site. Do I have a screen grab? Let's go here on top of... Let's get rid of this one because that didn't work. And on top of this one, we will do display capture. Send you to the back. Go back. Go back. Go back. Okay. I went too far back now. I can't find it. Okay. Chat, ad infinitum. Of course, I can't jump over there and check it out because I'll watch it over here on the chat and just see, or on the on the stream and see what it looks like. Okay, pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, we'll see. I'll come back over here and see if I can... Oh, yeah, I need to get rid of display capture. Hold on. We'll kill this. Go away. Yeah, you're done. What we need is we need a window capture to capture the browser. There we go. There we go. And then now, see? now we're thinking, getting a little smart in our old age here. Little, not very, but a little. So yeah, this is Ellie out in the real world. I had her out in the sand. So what I do is I take and I do this. I put tape over the feet on the bottom, so over the wheels, so that they don't get sand in there. And took them out to a spot on the beach. It had like been stormy, so it had been kind of rainy and then got really windy. And when I went, it was still kind of cold and crappy, so there was nobody there. But the sky was clear. It was, as you can see with the shadows, it was close. It was dusk. So, you know, the sun was going down. So I just put her around in lots of different places, tried to cover my tracks and put her spots. And then I would take like my finger and make the wheel tracks in the sand. So I did her in a bunch of different spots. And then I got my favorite one, and I went online and I found somebody makes like Jawa toys. Like they make them, and they make the little costumes and everything, and they had the light up eyes and everything. So I took a couple photos of theirs, and I put them in here, and I felt so special and tricked, because up here I put this, I really grayed this one out, you know, made it look like in shadow, and then over here on this one I did some other like kind of light painting to make it look like he was in the bright sun. So it was just super fun. It was super fun, and I was really happy with this image, and I'm like, yeah, this has got to be my banner image for the website. I did recently come up with a really, this, as you can see, it's got that beautiful wave pattern in the sand from the wind, which you'd just be kind of screwed to try and replicate. But I did find a really good technique for going out there just any other time in the sand, is bring a towel. So what I'll do is I'll flap the towel out and just lightly drag it over the area, and it really helps to smooth things out and make it look like pristine sand. So that was a fun technique to discover. Let me go and I will flip through some more of the photos here in the gallery. Let me catch up with chat. They caused a furor with the right wingers, the Lego sets did. Shaking your head. Yeah, I know. Oh, 35 bucks. Okay, that's not too bad. Definitely don't need it, but it's so cute. Oh, I missed a lot. I'm sorry. Now there's Pickles. Goodbye. Mattel made a doll that was non-binary and could have short hair or wigs and both male and female clothing. Oh, that's so cool. Transition representation set. She's gonna ponder that. I love it. Okay. That one immediately when it came out. Yeah. Yeah, the light is pretty awesome, and you know, in these I just thought that it did so well with the just made it so much more dramatic, right? I've got plenty of others. We'll go through some in the gallery, but these are some of the best, definitely. All right, let's see. So let's go over here. Yeah, we'll just kind of click through some of them in the gallery and see. This is less of an action shot and more just the backyard. This is what the droid looks like. You need to go potty, Papa? You need to go outside and go potty? Let me go see if the dog needs to go out and pee. Oh, I have to go back. This is not very good functionality for this gallery. This was a little pile of rocks on the side of the road, but they were mostly black. They were really cool looking rocks. I'm like, those look kind of spacey. I took Rally. Rally was the second droid I did. This was my favorite design. I took him out. Need to go potty? Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Come on, bro. Let's go out there. He's got this weird thing about going outside to go potty. Like, he's nervous about it. And so he, like, I don't know. I think it's because he's gotten in so much trouble for peeing inside, but that he thinks like peeing outside is the bad thing. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with him, but whatever. So anyways, yeah, I took Rally out to this trail. And this is one of the steep parts of the trail that you have to walk up. It's almost like stairs in the rocks here. And so I put him in there and just found some other kind of fun places. Here's him at the base of it. But I loved everything about this design. I loved except sort of how bad the tape job came out on it. looking at this one, it's just like, oh, the quality's fucking terrible. That's not Droid Outpost quality. But the navy, teal, and copper design, with the fun thing on his face, that little, because they have the 3 eyes, and I wanted to break that up and make it something that was sort of asymmetrical. And so there's the one long line that comes down the leftmost eye, and then there's that cool little like face shape on the other one, and then you can see around just past the one stripe eye, there's like some little silver and blue stripes there. So there's navy, teal, copper, and some small silver elements. And I don't know, I was so proud of how this droid came out. And I should have pointed out, so yeah, on his face he's got that fun little kind of shape there with sort of that, I don't know, the arch basically. So when it came to the back, I replicated that there in the middle of his back, the arch kind of shape, and just did lots of little fun details that I really liked. And the colors came out beautifully. He's such a pretty droid. But he was the first one I made to sell, and then I started doing the custom ones and got really caught up in doing custom, and then got burned out of it because it was just very stressful, and decided that I'm going to do more like Rally and Ellie, where I paint them myself and then sell them. This one was fun. This is a droid based on my favorite tiki bar. Some of my friends that I met there, go there all the time, wanted something inspired by Ventiki, and this is a wall mural outside of it. And so it's this wall that's painted orange for this cool sunset, and then that sort of 50s mint teal color for the water, and then in the clouds there's the white with some of that mint teal in there, and like some of the black for like the mountain, you see it's kind of rubbed off a bit. So I was trying to get all those details. And then around the front where the store is at, they've got those the little hibiscus flowers, the 70s style hibiscus flowers painted in the pale yellow. And then the other elements there, the brown ones, are meant to replicate the wood burning, the wood. So like door frames and other poles and things like that all have these kind of details on them, these kind of carvings. And so I made sure to go in and replicate that there. So this had a fair, the base spray painting, the orange, the teal, and the black for like the legs and the feet, and the main body can, but the black on the body can is all hand painted, and then everything else is absolutely hand painted. So it was a hell of a project. I think that was the droid that took the longest, but it was so fun because it was for friends. So that's always the best. Oh, you like the paint on the purple one? That was a fun one. That was a custom one for a client. And yeah, they wanted purple, black, and silver, and they wanted the Mandalorian symbol on it. So where's the first photo? So yeah, it's got the Mandalorian, I forget the name of the animal that is, but yeah, and kind of beaten. So this one's fun because some of the details I did on that for aging are, you can see that there's rust. I painted some orangey brown on there to get some real strong rust color coming through. If you look on the left side of the Mandalorian logo, there's some peeling of the paint. I was really struggling with peeling on this droid for some reason. Every once in a while, on a certain piece, on a certain droid or whatever, I'll get that peeling, and it sucks because you have to sand it all the way back down and start again. And many of these I will paint silver first, and then I'll paint the color on top. So when you scratch it or whatever, you get the silver coming through, and it just adds to the effect. But they wanted it pretty weathered, so I was able to leave that and just add to the effect of like the age of the droid. So I got lucky on that one. The runes at Ventiki, actually at the bar, are like actually carved and burned in. So they're like that's why on the droid I did the brown wood color with some wood grain, and then the really dark accented pieces. Can I zoom in on this at all? I guess that's as detailed as these photos get. Maybe one of these other ones is a detail shot on that droid. I guess not. But yeah, this was I think this is the first custom droid I did. Again, there's some problems with the taping. But just I loved doing those kind of asymmetrical, angly kind of things. I was disappointed that this client wanted a droid that was pristine and not weathered, because with the weathering you get to hide some of those unfortunate paint mishaps. It hides more, but still, this is a fun one. And here's Ellie actually at Disneyland in Star Wars Land. I think at the exit of the Millennium Falcon ride. And a couple more of the beach shots. Just look at the sand. Look at how perfect that was. I don't even think in a year and a half I've seen it be that perfect again. Of course, I keep forgetting to go out after it gets really nasty windy. But it was just such the perfect shoot day. Sad that that's all that I have on here. I've got so many more photos of them. All right. So let's see if we can do some on her here. Now that we're down to a little over a half hour left. Thank you so much. Yeah, Ellie is E-L-L-I-E. And her call sign is R2LE. Set these here while I'm doing. Oh, you don't get the whole camera now, do you? Let me turn this off and we'll get back to there we go. Just building my supplies here in the chair. Just taken to leaving the main paints that I use for these just in the thing there. Why did I use green and blue? Interesting. I wonder what that project was for. Project that was for. Couple browns. Nice crappy old paint palette, and some of my brushes. I need to get a little bit of water. Actually, I have a full bottle of water here. I'll use that. So much crap around here. It's hard for me to get in and get up here without kicking everything out of the way. Ellie's coming across as pretty red, isn't she? She's kind of a cranberry color, meant to be kind of pinky, but comes across pretty cranberry. Well, can we get rid of the keyboard? Oh, that's so beautiful, Heather. Oh, I love that. One of our favorite shows to watch right now is The Repair Shop on BBC. I don't know if you've seen that, but it's so fun. They used to apparently have it on Netflix, and it's gone now. Because, everybody's doing their own streaming services, so Netflix is having a hard time getting basically anything cool, right? But yeah, that's such a it's such a fun little show, and what they do is they just have expert craftsmen that can restore anything. Torn pieces of leather. One of the things we were talking about, or they were doing last night, was restoring a wooden jigsaw puzzle. So it was a piece of wood with a print on paper glued to it, and then it was jigsaw cut, and they were missing about a dozen pieces, and so they had to go through and hand cut jigsaw pieces to go there, and instead of doing on paper, they just painted the pieces to match, and other things. But one of the cool ones they did was last night a leather rhino that was sort of like a stuffed animal, but more like kind of a statuette kind of conversation piece. But it's like, you know, really good sized, really big, all leather. And they like restored the tail that had gotten ripped off and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, they do that kind of thing, like restoring old stuffed animals. Oh, they did one that was like a lamb, and they had the head and the feet and the tail, but like 90% of the body itself was missing, had torn away or whatever. And yeah, they completely restored it and made it look beautiful. And it's crazy what they can do. And then it's super varied. They have a clock guy who fixes clocks and wind up things. A woodworking guy, you know, people who work in metals. Obviously leather and painting, restoring, upholstery. They have all the different people, and it's just great to watch. And they'll do like, in an episode, they'll do like 3 or 4 different items that they're restoring all at the same time. They'll just kind of bounce back and forth between them while they're working on them. It's a great show to watch. One thing I wanted to mention about transverse related stuff is, let's see, well, first off, what color do we want to do here? What are we trying to do? We want the, we'll just do, I think we'll do some scratches eventually. We'll see. Maybe I'll come back over that a little bit later. But I want to focus on the getting it dirty. And one of the best ways to do that is to mix a little bit of brown in with some black. The reason you put brown in with the black is that makes you a good dirty oil color. Because, you know, these things are mechanical, so they've got oil and grease and stuff. And, you know, that ends up being kind of a browny black mix that's you can create pretty well with these paints. So it's this kind of blacky gray brown thing. Get it kind of wet, and we'll paint it on and then kind of dab it off. And in some places we'll dab it on. The name of the show is The Repair Shop. Super fun. Trying to think of what my last droid was, why I would have used. What was the last droid I did? Oh my god! I need to get the yellow and purple one on there. That was an incredible droid. Whew. This is too dry. Trying to get it into the seams and the gaps here as much as possible. Then come back with the napkin and rub it off of the top surface so that it's just in the cracks and crevices. But one of the good things that kind of happens with that, especially on this like painted white surface, is it doesn't all rub off. It still it stains a little bit, and you get some cool kind of like effect with that as well, making it look old and used. I'm gonna take a little bit more of this off though. With some water, you can pretty much get everything off. Oh, cool. Yeah, Maddie went down a pretty big rabbit hole of finding restorers on YouTube. There's lots of those out there. She found one that was the craziest thing ever, and pretty much the only place we've ever been able to find it. I mean, you can find sort of references to this tool some places, but it's not very widespread. Like, I don't know. Most people did. I never had heard of it, and I guess maybe most people haven't either. but it's called a Fractal Vice. And the way it works is so crazy. It's you know, think of a fractal. Think of, you know, like the Fibonacci sequence and all that kind of stuff, with the smaller and smaller pieces. So it's just basically in pairs. So it's a vise that grips onto things in your workshop, and will hold them in place while you're drilling or doing whatever, sanding, all that stuff. And the way it works is it has a really big kind of curved piece, like a half circle in a track in the handle, basically. But then that half circle at the top isn't flat. It's got two half circles cut into it. And in that half circle, you know, there's two more half circles that are in there, and the top of that is two more half circles in each one of those. So now you're up to 4 across, and then in there are 2 more in each of those. So you end up with 8, or maybe even you end up with 16. And the round piece like rotates with each round piece rotates within its track. So each of those, like they rotate freely in there. So as it's 2 sides like that, they're mirror, but because it's these moving pieces in these little tracks and these half circle tracks, they can move and conform around any shape and hold it in place. And it's the craziest thing to see actually working. It was really fun to just see the piece to begin with, much less the fun restoration the guy did on it. So you learn all kinds of great stuff. Hi, Rosa. Electrocuted epoxy resin, and it created a lightning pattern where the electricity went through it. That's fucking cool. Wow. Try to make sure not to wipe too much of it off. We want it to look like it's been they've tried to clean it, but it's just, you know, over the years, it's just stuff is collected and you kind of can't get to some stuff, and it's just, you end up with rubs and smudges all over. I'll make sure that it gets in good view of the camera soon so you can see what I'm doing. Ooh, a little too dark there. Oh, a little funky. Got a little gap in here where it's perfectly white in there. Oh, so one of the things I wanted to talk about for the transverse, and the Discord just popped up, but I wanted to point out that we do have a Patreon, and some people have actually started becoming patrons, which is super fun. I don't know how to get to our donate. If you just want to donate like through PayPal, you can. If you click below over, let's see, yeah, we'll use this camera. Over there should be an about button, or if there isn't an about link, you can click on the word the transverse, and then it should take you to another view that then has those buttons, and click on about, and there's a couple different little buttons down there, and one of them is to donate. But if you do oh yes, oh wait, there it is, that's the tip. Oh, cool. Did I put that in there automatically? Wow, that's cool. Anyways, I'm gonna put in our Patreon though, because that's cool. It's probably S, right? And now that I'm doing this here, I'm gonna have to probably paste it over myself first to make sure that it actually goes there. But yeah, Brianna, Logic Buster, went in and supported us yesterday. Oh my god, we have 3 patrons. Who's our 3rd patron? I missed one. Who do we get? Relationship manager. Can I see who's the patrons? Logic Buster, Justice Renee. So sweet. Ah. And she pledged, oh my God. Justice, you're so sweet. Oh my God. But we have 3 patrons now, and yes, this totally works. So let me put it in chat so you can check it out. Yeah, probably you, Logic. Probably you. So sweet. But I wanted to, you know, like, we were talking about it today in one of our staff meetings, and my director of media said, "Do we have a Patreon?" And I'm like, oh. If my own staff doesn't know we have a Patreon, then there's no way that the community does. And how are they ever going to support us and keep us going if they don't know that we have ways you can support us? Because, you know, subscribing here is great, and it has a great added benefit for you that you don't get hit with ads, which is super awesome because ads suck, right? But, you know, we only get about half of that. And so, you know, Patreon is a way to get us a little, make sure that more of your contribution gets straight to us. And that's important, right? You don't want some big corporation to get it. You want the people that are actually doing the work to help the community. Oh, are we that close to a train? If we get 200 bits, oh, we did 200 bit pledges or contributions. Nice. So we're close to a hype train. That's another good way to support us. Oh, yeah. We will have to do that, Rosa. Good point. Thanks, y'all. There's a hype train. Now it's coming. That's sort of, see, that's the thing. That's sort of the funnest way to support us right now. We do have some content that's up on the Patreon that I think you can't get to any other way, but there's not much yet. It's all that stuff that takes a lot of effort to get up there, and I just have not had the time. So maybe soon, now that I've got a director of media to take over some of the media responsibilities, I can jump over to that kind of thing. It's very important when weathering a droid like this and trying to make it look like it's greasy and all that kind of stuff is to make sure to swipe down with everything so that it smears in a way that looks like dripped oil has been wiped off or whatever. And a technique I have not been using yet is to dab. Dabbing works a lot too to make it look more dirty, and we'll get into that when we get in kind of slightly lighter brown colors. I don't want any of the gaps to be perfectly dark either. I want some of like somebody got some of it out, but not all of it. You don't want anything to look too dark or too perfect. Not too clean nor too dirty. It's got to be just right, Goldilocks. 56% of the way to a hype train. I guess we're not to a hype train yet. It started, but we haven't got anywhere yet until we get 56% more. Right? Yes. Yeah, that's why Patreon's kind of a more beautiful way of doing it. But we're not going to fault anybody that wants to contribute however works for them. We're in the process of re-registering this time as a nonprofit, so that'll give us opportunity to do some great things as well. and I can't wait to start actually developing programs for local communities. It's gonna be a good year. We're gonna do some great things together, y'all. We will have to explore Buy Me a Coffee. Definitely. I had heard of it, I just wasn't very familiar with it, and it's just more stuff I need to read up on and get into. And if you're ever like, oh, you know, like Logic has said this, like I want to help, I want to do more stuff to help y'all. That is coming. That opportunity is coming. You have to be patient with us. We've got a lot to do to just set some things up, but that all kind of stuff is coming. And we really look forward to being able to enlist everybody and get some great things going. What do we got for the hype train? We already made it through level 1. We're chugging our way through to level 2. I mean, I'm sure y'all don't have it in you to go to level 5 tonight, right? That's not... trying to bait y'all. I'm so bad at this. I really don't care about money. I know we need it. We need it to be able to do the things we want. It's hard for me to ask for it. I just love that y'all are here and supporting us that way. Keeping this thing going. If you're ever wondering, like, why would I support something that's essentially a free service? You know, we're just putting these out for free. Well, more than anything, I want to make this my job. I want to make supporting the trans community my daily work. I want to work on programs with ensuring that trans people have homes, that we fix that number that I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but it's a staggering amount of trans folks that are homeless. Underemployment and unemployment in the trans community. We want to directly fix that with the jobs and programs that we provide at the Transverse. So many things we want to do. And contributing to fun little hype trains and silly things like that really help us get there. Becoming a patron on Patreon gets you some stickers. Get you a fun sticker pack if you hit the right level, or at least one sticker if you hit the base level. And gives us that, like, the income that we can count on each month. That's why something like that's really important. Being able to budget and figure out, hey, what can we do this month? Well, we know because we know how much is coming in. Isn't it fun? Isn't it fun, Justice Renee? I love doing the weathering. So I'm working on grease now, and then when we get to like dirt, it's actually a different technique where I get the paint on the paper towel and dab it on. And it really looks like caked on dirt. It's so cool. It's so cool. It's just fun. And I love that I just get to experiment with this and just paint random stuff on and see how it goes. All right, we got 48 seconds. It looks like we're gonna end up with a hype, level 1 hype train tonight. But y'all have been supporting us so much today already. You get a fun little, I think you should still get a, don't you still get an emote icon for that? Here, we need to take this off, actually. because on these droids, you can actually buy accessories. Like someone mentioned the rocket boosters earlier. You can buy those for these droids. They don't obviously propel the droid, but they do light up and make sounds, so it's fun. So yeah, you pull off the little side piece on the leg. It's still on over here, so there you go. There's this side piece. Covers a little section, and there's a connector for the electronic attachments, and so you can do fun things there. But I want to make sure that I don't leave that perfect underneath. We gotta weather that too, because if you take off the leg panel and you buy one of the fun little attachment things, you still want it to look authentic and weathered when the leg panel's off. So doing that. Oh my god. That's another thing I need to do, is work on our emotes. We've gotten, because of the level we got to with the subscribers this year, we have unlocked enough to I think I can add like 6 more emotes at least. There's a lot we can do. What we need to do is we need to do a polling, a poll of some kind to let y'all vote on what kind of emotes we need. What should we do? I was trying to develop one for Valkyries that was a no banana, like a cross through the banana, but the emotes are so small that like it just wouldn't read. It didn't come across right. I had to scrap that idea. There is no secret room in the transverse. This part's very greasy, apparently. I'm trying to kind of calm it down a little bit. A little too much on here. Do you have to do something special to link those together? I guess. Oh. I think mine are. I think they kind of have to be, right? I mean, obviously the transverse one is, right? Let's get some grease into these little crevices here. Trying to still work in front of the camera. Make sure you can see all this. Wow, the paint's not staying there. It's kind of avoiding. You have to knock 3 times. No, everybody knows it's up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start to get in. Has to be the Konami code, always, always. Sorry, I'm over here leaning into the microphone and yelling at you again. Apologies. I mean, it's understandable. I'm really new to this, right? That's why it's hard to get in. That's why it's hard to get in, Kari. Only a select few have mastered that technique of knocking in reverse. I think I'm going to take a little bit more off the front. There's something about this that looking a little too something. I don't know. A little too dirty, too dark. And the cool thing is that I can pretty much come back with water on this and take a lot of this stuff off anytime I want. And then redo it. And then when I send it to the client, I clear coat it, which locks it all in place. Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of paint there, I guess. I think I rubbed it off the wrong side. The grease would be more on the bottom than on the top, I would think. I don't know. Maybe if I do more of a dab instead of a rub, more of it'll stay there. Yeah, that works pretty good. Cool. Let's see. Can you see where we're at now? Let's do this version instead. So yeah, just added the grease under there and a little bit of the, you see it, how it sort of drips down here? Yeah, for the other one, I'm gonna clear coat the thing until the paint runs out. I basically did that with the controller because that was the part that had the most rubbing on it, the most like damage showing through to the paint. 'Cause I guess that's the part you use the most. I don't know. But yeah, I just painted all of the black on there, as much black paint as I had. Oh, got this part. I put too much black in there and I let it sit too long. It's dry. Does have a muddy bottom. I'll let you do with that what you will. That's fine. Got a lot of folks here with dirty minds, is all I gotta say. Cool. Alright, let's hit the seams here and get some good grip going on the leg. I'm getting kind of schizophrenic, I'm getting kind of ADD and jumping from spot to spot. There's this big seam here on the shoulder, so I make sure to hit that and get that nice and greasy. That ended up very dirty. Now I'm just getting paint all over because this napkin's falling apart and got all kinds of paint on it. So switch. Let's go to one of these brown ones. Maybe they hold together a little bit more. Can you even see what I'm doing? You cannot. All right. I like Cards Against Humanity. I used to like it more when I was younger. I think it's just like, after playing it a few times, you're kind of like, eh. You just sort of get it. Excuse me. All right, I'm putting the hair back up. Where'd my clip go? I'm not putting my hair up. I don't have a clip. Where'd it go? Like, for reals. There it is. It's hidden behind the paint. The dirty mind from the Baptist minister. Of course, of course, of course. Gotta get the spot under and around the arms. Real good. Ooh, Bluey's back on. Bluey's always a favorite around here. An Australian kids show, but it's super cute and very sweet. My girlfriend loves to fall asleep to that one. Uh-oh. Let's see, do we have a dry brush we can get in here? You can't quite see what I'm doing, but... I need a camera person to come and follow me and be like, oh, I can't quite get that. Like, hold on. And then, make sure we're getting the shot right. Okay. You know what's funny is, yeah, I got the same thing. I was playing a lot with some friends, and I won a set at a Christmas party, and that set has never once been cracked open. Sorry. Now I'm listening to the cartoon in the background. Uh-oh. Make sure we got, yeah, the stuff underneath here. Okay. All right. I'm starting to think about too many different things here, and I'm losing track of y'all. Oh, that's fun. We didn't do any games, but Mira, Madison, and I met together at Madison's place near Dallas, and then did a road trip down to San Antonio. That was fun. Spent the night in Austin on the way down. It was the first time I'd met them in person. The only time I've seen Mira in person, actually. No, that's not true. She came out another time. We went for another road trip. For another road trip down to San Antonio, actually. Board game nights. That's so fun. I've been meaning to get that happening here on the Transverse. I've been meaning to and haven't been able to get to that, but we should definitely do a regular night where we're having fun with that, hanging out with each other. Board games, also, you know, the Jackbox game pack that I have. That was really fun too. Oops, didn't get the crack. Cool. Yeah, you were ruthless, Rosa. Ruthless. You may not know that about Rosa, but she's got a mean streak when it comes to winning games. I don't know. I was wary about getting that game to begin with because of the fighting that happens, and then sure enough, the first time we played on Valkyries, it just like it went south fast. I love sorry, I need the camera. I vastly prefer the Game of Life on, you know, on stream. I thought that one was so much more fun to play. And it's got a much sweeter aspect to it. Like, you can play and you can be like frustrated that you didn't win or that somebody else got something or whatever, but it's not like cutthroat and you're after each other and making deals that screw over other people and things like that. Hamus Bingus is here. Yay. How is it going, Rich? What's going on in your world? Haven't seen you around in a minute. Not trying to call you out, just miss you around here. Just missing you. Damn, I wish I had a way to play Smash Brothers with you, Rosa. That would be super fun. I think I'd asked you at one point what your favorite character was to play as. I do not remember your answer. You taking a little bit of a Twitch break? Did you get a little twitched out there? Okay, there we go. Oh, you and Mimi played for a long time? Oh, that's awesome. She does not like your Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff can be just a complete butthole because it's impossible to get him to fall. Jigglypuff and Kirby. Well, yeah, the struggle of playing from Australia to playing, you know, across the globe. right? Oh, I need to quit doing that when I lean over towards the camera. I need to make sure I'm quiet when I'm over here. I'm not yelling at you. Doing bad at this tonight, right? I can't stop listening to the cartoon in the background. They just asked, Dad, are you a good driver? And he said, yeah. And they said, are you the best driver in the world? And he said, probably. And so they're like, oh, this is very cute. Love the show. Love it, love it, love it. She has a very big cartoon mode tonight. She was watching Robin Hood, the Disney one with the foxes, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. I was very bummed I couldn't join her with that one. Mario Tennis Aces is not a sports game, it's a fighting game. Destroy everyone. Is that the Rosa game? That's your main game? I loved Smash Brothers. I played a good bit of that. I always played as Link. I love the Link character. He's pretty easy to defeat and knock off. I don't know. I like his little kind of like his little fly thing, and there's his spin thing to get back up on the platform, and his grapple. I think there was one period when I was playing that where I got pretty good at the grapple, but most times when I play it, I've been pretty trash at that, and that's pretty crucial to getting your butt back up on the platform. Oops. Yeah, I'm still gotta work on the grease technique a little bit here. It has HP, special bars, attacks, and counters. Oh, fun. I think my favorite Mario fighting game was when I was shown after college, Tetris Attack, which is just a crazy puzzle game. It's a fighting puzzle game where you're trying to drop stacks on your opponent by doing combos and stuff. Such a fun game. And if you get really good at it and play against really good people, then like the games just go on for freaking ever. Because it's great. You make your matches, right? And like you get a cascade where one match happens and the lines disappear and the blocks fall, and then that triggers another set of matches and eliminates those pieces, and then more stuff falls and all that. And if you make a match against the as you make these matches, it builds up like a thing that drops on your opponent on the top of their thing, but it's not the standard pieces. They're like are they standard pieces? Maybe they are, but they come down in a no, I'm conflating games. No, it's just a block, and if you make a match against that, you can destroy a line of the block that's dropped on you. And so when someone drops a bunch of crap on top of your playing on your game, it pauses the screen for a second so that you can flip your pieces around and make the matches to start these cascades and do all that stuff. And it was so fun. Very, very unique puzzle game, and I was very disappointed that I didn't find it until I was in my mid-20s. But we had so much fun with that. But the best part about Tetris Attack, that made no sense whatsoever, of course, is that it was themed Mario. So it had Mario characters in it that you could play. And there was a storyline quest that was, you know, Bowser related, of course, and the final boss was Bowser. And he was a bitch to try and defeat. But yeah, so fun. So fun. I'm about halfway done with this, and I'm more than halfway done with my energy. I'm draining so fast. As soon as Justice Renee and Rosa can describe to me what that is, we'll do it. Oh shit. We were in a meeting earlier, and I had just recently come up with an idea that I thought was something we could do and tie into the Aegis platform as sort of a protection type of a thing. I can't even remember off the top of my head what it is. But today during our meeting, I was thinking of that, and then I thought of another idea that I'd had for a long time. And I was just like, oh my god, maybe Rosa and Justice Renee can help with that and make that happen too. And I can't for the life of me remember what it is. Little side projects to help bring us in additional money, I guess. Justice says no. She's vetoing blockchain, it looks like. Can you even... Yeah, I'm just... I'm doing more of the dirt technique down here. I guess because I'm bored of the grease technique, or maybe I just got into a corner and I got... just starting to do it. Things a little bit too ruddy brown, kind of orangey down here, but we'll get some more black mixed in and get that going. This betting game in Japan, it was a horse track, but in traditional Japanese stereotype media, it had all those bizarre features. Also, not all horses, Yeti, a truck with a can dancing girls, a Trojan horse, a telescoping horse. Stand With Me is the link, it's just up at the top there, that gets you to all of our links, including the Patreon, anything else that you want to get to for the Transverse. Our YouTube, where a lot of our shows are up, and hopefully very soon they will all be there. Just need to get some editing going. Alright, that's kind of good enough, I think. Yeah, it's fine. I'm starting to feel like the detail quality here is degrading a little bit. I think it might be time to go sit on the couch, watch some TV, and not think about work. It's so funny that even when your job is doing things for the community and, you know, being on camera and doing fun things, like you can get to the end of the day and go, oh, I'm tired. I need a break. Create channels for more widgets. I am so thankful, not effing around. I'm so thankful to have good tech people on our side working with us. Like, God, that helps so much. Opens up so many doors and so many things we can do, and I'm so excited about the future with that sort of stuff. Because of all the things that means we can accomplish and do and dream up. Oh, your audio's been messed up? Who was it earlier that was listening, that was only listening to audio, that didn't have the video? Are you gonna be able to see this at all? It's funny. From my face, it looks, the lighting looks right, but when I put the droid up, it looks way too bright. Let's turn the lighting down a little bit. Let's see what we can do here. Let's go to 25. I gotta turn the autofocus on too. But, yeah, dirty feet. Dirty leg. And then a almost completely dirty front. So looking good and weathered. What we'll do is finish this. Like I said, I'm doing sort of a greasing technique where we're getting, you know, the black and brown grease smudges and stuff like that on it, and make it look, like I said, greasy and sort of wiped off grease. Then come back and I'm gonna probably come back next after that with the silver paint and paint on like scratches and things like that. It's probably not going to do too much on this one, but maybe a little bit here and there that look like scratches. And then I will do more of that dabbing technique with a lighter brown color that will really start to look like caked on dirt, which is a really cool effect around the feet and the bottom of the can. So that's a really fun one. It edits your voice without touching anything. That's cool. You're fighting your graph cluster. It just doesn't want to stay up. Didn't like 100,000 events per second shoved into it when it was under duress. I have no idea what any of that means. I'm sure it's really cool, and I really appreciate doing it. The gaming section of Discord? Oh, I gotta go see that. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's really dumb. The cluster just doesn't stay up. Tried Viagra? I woke up, let's just say ready to go this morning, which thank God is extremely rare these days. And to the point it's just like, oh, hello? Sorry, I got nothing for you. Oh, so you're doing work stuff for you're doing work stuff instead of transfer stuff. It's funny to hear that Mimi's in the same boat of like the day-to-day job stuff is like, oh, but the transfer stuff is fun. I love hearing that. All right, y'all. Is there anything before I flake out and go do my own thing that y'all want to talk about with me? Let's open this up for, I mean, I would say we could go another 10 minutes easy, but let's open it up for 20 minutes. And we'll just do an AMA. You can ask me anything you want about anything at all. Which is funny that I have to say that, because you can pretty much do that whenever. Like, just always ask me anything. No, I have not done sand in the paint for dirt. But I did do a really cool technique for one of my favorite droids. So I had learned of a really cool technique and hadn't really used it. I had never used it. But one client wanted a droid that was just beat to hell, just like a factory, not a factory like model droid, but a factory worker droid that was just in it all the time. And so the technique was I spray painted the droid silver first, the whole thing, to look like bare metal. Then I came back on it, and there's a technique, I think it's called salting, where I think you're supposed to like put water on the droid and then pour salt on it, and that didn't really seem to work for me. So what I had was I had a tray of one of the coarse salts, like kosher salt or something. I think it was kosher salt. And just dip the paintbrush in water, and then on that, in the salt, and then actually painted the salt on, and since you've got the water, it'll actually paint and stick onto the droid. So I did that on the silver, and then I masked out, so I just did that on certain edges and all this kind of thing. And then masked the whole droid, because it was two tones. It was yellow and purple. So I masked it all out after I'd done one round of salt stuff and on the edges and in different places. Masked it so the parts that I wanted yellow were exposed. Then spray painted it. Then came back and took off the tape. Put some more salt on without doing anything else. Not taking the old salt off. Put more salt on over the yellow. And then masked it again and came back and painted purple bits. And what happens is when you're done, the salt areas don't stick to the paint. It's a salt, and anything you paint over it, like that, will chip off. And so you can scrape off all of the salted bits, and you get a really legitimate looking paint chip look to everything. And so you paint it on the silver so that when you scrape it off later on, you get all the way down to the bare metal. You do it on top of the yellow so that you can make it look like the purple was the second color painted on, and you can chip it off and there are yellow bits underneath that. So it was really, really cool technique, an amazing effect, and I will have to point you all to photos. Actually, if you go to the Droid Outpost Instagram page, you will find those. I gotta let the dog out to pee. Hold on. Didn't make it. Dog peed inside. Oh, nice question, Brianna. I'll get to that in just a second. I still got to deal with this dog, but okay, he's in timeout. He's locked in his little cage because he was a turd. Luckily, he didn't turd. He just peed. But anyways, let's see. All right. So where were we? Sorry. Okay. I'll have to think about that though. So anyways, with the salting technique, one of the coolest things that happened that I wasn't expecting is it was really hard to chip some of it off. Because with like 2 or 3 layers of paint on top, it really did kind of lock it in. And especially around some of the edges, like the if you had a clump of it, the middle would come off very easy, but around the edges of the paint, like it would kind of hold on. But what that created was this bumpy textured bit, and since it was where paint had flecked off, it was the perfect thing to paint like rusty brown and make it look like rust. And so it was a wonderful outcome of the technique. It was great. Favorite moments since transition. Wow. There's so many. I was talking to Daniel last night, and I kind of asked him a question about a moment where he was somewhere in like a bathroom or a store or whatever, and felt like it was his section. And that, because that happened to me. I was at a store one time, and I just had the thought of like, I'm not in the women's section, I'm in my section. Like the women's section had been other, right? Not where I belonged. I wasn't supposed to be there until this moment far enough into my transition where I felt like, this is my section. This is where I'm supposed to be. And that was a wonderful feeling. That was beautiful. You know, when you talk about favorite moments since starting transition, it sort of has to be tied into transition. You know, getting to the point of being able to go to Disney World, to Walt Disney World, and to dress as me in like skirts and fun and leggings and fun girly things, and you know, wear my mini ears with the bow and just, you know, talk to the princesses, and I don't know, just do all kinds of girly stuff. Being able to finally do that at the place that's like my favorite place in the world. I mean, you know, Disneyland is, but Disney World, and all the different lands, just to be able to do that for a full week was really incredible. Getting to that point of comfort in yourself, that you can just be you anywhere, and you can go to your favorite places and get to do that. After a lifetime of going to places like that and never being able to, and then starting transition and being terrified too, and afraid of what would happen and what people would think or say or anything, and then being able to get to the point of just like, this is me, and I just go and do it, and it's so great. That's a favorite. Is there anything else? Being able to do all of this, I wouldn't have had any interest in being in front of a camera or talking in front of people, doing anything public, if not for wanting to spread the message that You're not alone. You can do this. I made it through, and here's how. These other people have made it through, and here's how. Here's their advice. Once I had that purpose, I've been able to do so many great things and meet so many amazing people. I am just doing a random thing where I'm putting paint on a toy, and I have 15 of my favorite people in the world here with me, just hanging out. And you know, like Rosa's in Australia. One of my absolute favorite people in the world is in Australia, and I've never met her in person. If that's not just absolutely effing incredible, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. So meeting y'all and putting together a server that's now hit 500 people. I didn't put it together. I'm going to back that off a lot. I'm going to back way off of that. Starting a server and being part of it, being the founder that led to it. Having 500 people, just, I mean, and we've got an amazing community, don't we? There's so many great people. I'm way behind in chat. I realize this. But you got me on a tear here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, a favorite thing since transition. It's not possible to get any better. And of course it's cheating, I know, because so many people who transition don't get to do something like this, and it's just not possible for them. So it's cheating, I know, to call out the transverse, but if not for transition, there's no way I would be doing anything as amazing as this. No way. Okay, so that's about replays. Okay, yeah. Don't have Instagram, so you can't see Droid Outpost. Oh. You should be able to get through the web, can't you? The Salt Technique Kari is so cool. Yeah, Discord is by far better than Facebook, right? Isn't it great? I wish I looked like... I wish I looked right in leggings. Yeah. I get that. I totally get that. I am completely aware of the privilege that I have. I've just always had a very slim body. And I mean, as a freshman in high school, I had joined the football team for a while. I never actually played. I never actually even made it to a practice, but I was doing the weightlifting and things like that. And I got up to 140 pounds as a freshman in high school. So I was never built big. Thank Christ I was never hairy either. I could grow a full beard that was fully connected and everything. At least probably by the time I was a junior or a sophomore in college, at least by then. I never tried in high school, so I don't know. But yeah, luckily the rest of me. So I've just had this kind of perfectly built body for transition. Not perfect. I've got my rib cage is too wide, my shoulders are still too wide, but for being able to pull off some of the things I am extremely grateful and lucky. I miss Justice Renee leaving. I hope you're still here to hear me say goodbye, and thank you again for everything. I love you. We're doing great things. I will catch up on a couple things. I need to get Canva connected and a couple other things I know you're still waiting on from me, but I'm working on it, and I'm trying. I love you. Have a great night. Rose is out too. She's got to go see Elise. See, catching up. Okay, thank you. Oh, a hug from Amanda. A big hug from Brianna. You can. Oh my God, big hug is legitimately a. I love that there's hugs, but the fact that there's big hugs makes me laugh. was the water boy kind of a significant story behind that? I don't know. I don't remember water boy enough to remember. Oh my God. Okay. Derp. We're talking about football. Oh, my water's all gone. My napkin absorbed it because it fell in there. Trying to clean off my brush a little bit. I should have stayed in football. I didn't have any friends there that I knew of. And I just didn't like the guys that I was always hanging out in the weight room with, and just the way they talked. You know, of course, being a girl and being in a boys' weight room and locker room, and the way that they just acted and talked about anything, like, was just horrible. So no, I did not have a good experience there. And so without having any friends and anything holding me there other than wanting to play, and so much to have to go through, and Hell Week was coming up, which of course I've heard is hell, and with that was a lot of expense, $200 in all the stuff that you needed to pay for. And I was just like, I don't know if I'm gonna love this, because I don't like any of the people, and I really want to play. My parents don't have a lot of money, and I don't want it to cost them, and especially if I'm gonna back out. So I just dropped out before, and then it turned out that I ended up becoming really good friends with 3 of the people that were on the team, that were like receivers or cornerbacks, and had a great time going and watching the games and everything. It was just like, I should have been out there. I was really fast, and just obsessive when a ball is coming. You know, like, to be a cornerback, I would have gotten so many interceptions, I swear to God. So that was my almost football story. That was a hell of a tangent, wasn't it? Oh, we should be doing a raid. Yeah, do you have anybody, Jess, to raid over to? I'm drastically behind now. I've gone off on so many big tangents. Tara is streaming. Okay, cool. You're eating cereal. Oh, damn it, don't do that to me again. I want cereal now. Made you laugh. You were the order boy? Yeah, what kind of cereal? That's the important question. Oh yeah, no, it was the others that were leaving, but I'm definitely wrapping it up. So it's good to have people to raid over to. Tara Pureheart, I love that. It's a complete assumption, and I don't want to make an ass out of myself. But are they by chance Native American? That Pureheart sounds like a Native American name. So I'm wondering, that'd be great to raid over to somebody, especially if they're trans. Do they? So I'll let you answer the first question before I dive into it deeper and make myself look even more like a fool. Tomorrow, music night. What are you doing on Thursday nights, Rosa? Oh, Rosa's gone. Envy person you've known for a while. Villa Jersey. Interesting. Be great to raid over to somebody that you know, Jess, and then you can go over there and talk us up. I'm probably gonna raid and bounce. Oh no, I'll say hi real quick. It's lame to raid and not stick around for a minute and say hi. I hate it because usually, like, when I raid, like for the transgender show, I raid and then I go back and I'm still talking to my guest to do the post interview follow up, and so I don't get to really say hi and all that kind of stuff a lot of times. We have raided Riverboat Jack a couple times. I just did yesterday. So I like the idea of doing somebody new. Okay. They are the Trinity, present in 3 different ways. So they're plural. Streaming is Terra versus Lux or Beagle Cake. Oh, that's so interesting. That's awesome. Villa Jersey is South American. Oh my God. Okay, so Kari. I love that. I'm gonna go over to is it Tara or Terra? Give me give me an uppercase A. I mean, they're not gonna hear me, but give me an uppercase A if it's Terra, and like an AH lowercase if it's Tara. But we'll go over to I'm gonna go with Tara. Terra. I'm gonna go with Tara. Long A Tara. I'm gonna go with Tara tonight, and we please remind me next time we do a show. Oh, I guess it depends on when they're on, huh? If they're on, remind me about Villa Jersey. I will keep an eye out for them. Tara. Tear. Ah. At least I'm cute, right? Okay, y'all. This has been super fun. Did not accomplish a ton. But it's about hanging out. It's about family. That's the main part about the Transverse. We love you. I love you. I don't know why I'm talking about myself in the third person. I love you. I appreciate y'all being here and hanging out with me, asking some questions, having some fun, doing some silly. And thank you, Kari. Let's raid over to Tara. Are you talking to me, Brianna? You consider me a big sister? You don't get to make me cry before I go off. That's just not fair. That's not cool. I really appreciate that. I appreciate being, I mean, that's the most important thing, is being something to someone, being, you know, I don't want to say inspiration. It all sounds like ego stuff, but like meaning something to someone in a way that helps them is what I live for now. And it's amazing to hear those little times when I do something like that, something similar to that goal. So thank you for saying that. I appreciate that. We are family, sisters, brothers, and non-binary others. So beautiful. That sounds like very much like something Ashley Versus would say. That is our show. We've got nothing tomorrow, so visit our friends, the Transvengers. Come see us on Friday for Valkyries. We were having a lot of silly fun today. We probably will have some silly fun tomorrow around noonish, if you want to keep your eyes peeled for a goofy just off stream that just shows up randomly. Fridays is the big deal. We need to get some shows going on the weekends. Do we have a real quick, anybody in the chat? I didn't look at the schedule. Do we have an all on the table this weekend? Is it, but it should be Jen Giggles, huh? And a cousin. Heather, you're hilarious. Noonish sounds great. I don't know. Check the schedule. We'll advertise it if there is something on Saturday. Our fun tabletop gaming show. I've got to quit doing outros and actually get the hell out of here. I love you. Have a great night. And give some love over to our new friend, Tara. Bye.